All right, so here we are again. Another week for the community open session for real time. And I've got a few things we're going to cover this week. That's going to talk about, I don't know, various things, but I'm hoping that we're going to have some people that show up today, and we're going to spend more of a day focusing on reviewing or at least thinking about work that students have done, because that's sort of what the open session is really for. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting for anyone to join, in fact, here we go. Eric, welcome.
What's going on, Simon?
I just was trying to say, I wonder if anyone's going to show up today. We'll see in a minute.
I know it's a little tight. I get off at 2. It's a 25-minute drive home.
Wow, yeah, that is right down to the wire there.
It really is, yeah. It's been working out.
Yeah, it's true. You're not too bad for getting on time.
How's things going?
Pretty good. I was just saying I have a list of things I can talk about today, but I'm hoping that we have some people who have things they want to share instead of just me listing off the things.
Fair enough.
I have a couple topics. I'm not going to deep dive into AI today, or at least that's not the plan, unless we want to. But I don't have a big agenda or anything this time.
Gotcha.
How's things with you, Eric?
Well, things are, the last couple days have gotten better on my little side projects. I took your advice. I was like scouring Fab for kind of like a multiplayer plugin, and I went and I bought one last night because it was on sale for the March sale. So it wasn't too bad, but I haven't taken it apart yet. So I'm hoping that'll be my multiplayer answer. And I bought a bunch of like weapon packs and animation packs and stuff for everything else. So yeah.
So you're saying so did you find a multiplayer pack or not?
I found there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I found a cheaper one. I think it was like $20 or something like that. That's mostly just like a plugin for the framework for the blueprint side of things. And that's pretty much all I was looking for.
Okay.
Because that was the part I got stuck on. So I wasn't looking for like a whole template, because I'm trying to do something kind of specific, and sometimes templates come really big and I don't know what I'm looking at. Sometimes it's just kind of like an overwhelming pack.
Accommodating for all different scenarios. And that makes it easier to understand.
So I haven't opened that yet. So I was going to do that after the meet today, and hopefully that that framework will be the answer for what I need.
Yeah, that's a big job, but it's worth diving into. See where you can go. Keep it simple. Keep your scope small. Try to figure out if you can get, even essential basic things working. Don't worry about the bigger problems yet.
Yeah.
It's usually how you have to kind of take these large problems.
Yeah. So I figured I'd take your advice and not reinvent the wheel. So that was sometimes I forget I can go get things off of Fab. Sometimes it's like, I gotta figure this out. So
well, you'll definitely make a lot more progress this way, and you're still going to take elements and customize it and tweak it, but at least you'll see a workflow and have something to base your ideas off of what you want to do. And it's better to have something to reference from, at least if you're going to try and do something you haven't done before.
Yeah. So next will be taking apart that, and the next will be animation, like reload animations and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
so that'll be fun. So I'll probably pick your brain in the next coming weeks as far as the animation parts of it.
Yeah.
There's
always a challenge there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it what's the action style, combat, or like a gun shooter, or what kind
of? It's a first person shooter, just because it was like we're basically riffing off of COD Zombies. It's kind of a personal project between me and my coworker.
Okay.
Just so we can our thinking behind it was just like, before we've got a bunch of game ideas like we want to make, but they're just too big. So we need to like figure out how to make a small idea working first.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so the smallest idea we like agreed upon was like, let's just make a 1-level COD Zombies game. So that's
Yeah.
basically what we're doing.
That sounds like a good idea because, yeah, anything that you're trying to, if you're trying to make a game that was made by like a team of 100 or 500, you're just not being realistic.
Right.
Each person, you know, when you start adding that multiplier up, you realize that like it takes more than one lifetime, multiple lifetimes to accomplish that kind of a task.
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully these ones will be some good starter, good portfolio work, and then maybe I can find work and get to the
Yep.
bigger projects I want to work on. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it sounds fun. First person shooter combat does have a very specific artistic style for how you do the animations and the workflows. I remember we had a Michael was one of our students that was very obsessed with trying to figure that out and really, tried to nail it. Now he's working as a technical animator at oh dang, a well-known studio. I think it's in the UK. So,
Oh,
so he's
sweet.
worked his way up, found a path. I think he had a job before that, but as maybe a junior rigger or something like that. But eventually got himself into the bigger named studio. So stepping stones to get to that goal, but his persistent paid off.
Sweet. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this project's grown enough that it's like finally, because I just got out of the real time, so I was like, man, I don't want to get like super rusty. Not that I was ever like very skilled, but like I don't want to get rusty as all the stuff we went over for rigging and whatnot. So it's just like I'm finally got a project that got far enough that it's like, okay, good. Now I can go back to the animation stuff and start working on that.
Yeah. And there's a big learning curve there because a lot of people approach things differently between different projects. And, there's lots of styles, lots of ideas. And I mean, it's not like this particular gameplay has been polished to death. So it's not like there's anything that's you're going to really break into new territory with, but there's lots of ideas to reference from, which I think is can be interesting to see where you find the areas that you like the most and try to extract that.
Yeah, it'll be fun. This is a good starter project. Yeah. Then until I gotta hone some animation skills, because it's like the next project I wanted to work on, the big one, was like I've always wanted to make a game kind of like Metal Gear Solid 4. So like that third person stealth action where it's like you got to be a really good animator for a lot of that stuff. So
yeah, and it's like heavy on game design too, because you really
the level design, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's again, keeping the scope small so that you can focus on polish rather than scale.
Oh yeah, that's a long-term project. That's going to be like I don't know, 5-10 years, because that's going to be like overtime money set aside, growing in a bank account, paying artists to make the characters and the enemies and whatnot. So yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, it's always good to have a idea laid down for what you want to try to do, where you want to explore. There's no reason to leave it for 5-10 years, though. You could always start addressing prototypes and smaller scale stuff early on, and then use that as stepping stones again to find your ideal, a more ideal pathway that you're going to try to accomplish. Because as personally, what I found is that if you take that idea in your head and you actually try to apply it, you realize quickly it's going to change and distort and become something different. You have to pivot on ideas or realize things won't work. And then when you take it to that point, then you're sitting there thinking about different problems and you're trying to imagine different solutions. So every little bit that you do, even if it doesn't succeed, gives you a lot of perspective of how you're going to change or adapt or move. And that's the growth that you need to kind of do to get to a successful project in the end.
Yeah. No, I definitely think that like trying to keep the learning skills on my own time is the way to go, but I'm not sure if it's like building my own game is definitely like the way to go. So I'll type up a GDD for that game, get a prototype working if I can, and then hopefully just leave it in my portfolio, because it's like I definitely don't have the resources to take something on that large.
Yeah,
So
no.
kind of
being realistic. So it's good.
trust the credentials and trust the skills that I've learned through CG Spectrum, and start applying to jobs and whatnot.
Yeah, that's true too. Gotta get a source of income.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, if you land somewhere in like an indie studio, or you can pitch it there. Like when you actually have like a platform to realistically accomplish that. I'm not really sure how that works, but it's kind of how I see that one going down.
I don't know. I don't really know either, but I just know that each project is a huge undertaking. So any decision made towards any kind of a game idea, especially to fall through to a finished idea, is a huge commitment. So it has to be, very as much. I don't know, trying to solve as many problems as you can beforehand, so that you can sprint through it as best you can.
Gotcha.
It's game production is very hard to do and succeed in the end. Yeah. But what's good about it is you're talking about 5 to 10 years from now, and it's like, well, you know what? There's no reason why 5 to 10 years now, you won't have that possibility that you will actually be able to approach something like this. So you might find an outlet or a method that gets you the capacity to be able to handle something that maybe didn't seem possible 5 years earlier. So we'll see.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I've definitely come, or at least I think I've come a long way in 2 years just at CG.
Right.
So
Yeah. And there's a lot that an artist or a game designer can do nowadays that was very difficult to do, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, so let's go work on my list here. Yeah. First item of my agenda. Daylight savings time is coming for North America this weekend.